Hello there. All-time classic Seven Nation Army from White Stripes. How's it going?
There, wondering, fearing.
Yo, Stella. How you doing? Shadow. Nice to see you.
Nintendo.
Okay, where can I put my split? I guess there. Somewhere
You too
there.
will come to understand.
Yeah, okay, nice. What are you testing? I'm gonna test beginner route. You know, I think I'm gonna die saying route. I can't help it. I'm so used to it. But yeah, so I'm doing a workshop next week, and I've been preparing a kind of quote unquote beginner's route. It has a little bit more stuff than just beginner, but it's basically an updated version of the old tutorial, and I need to see if it works. Yo, Big No, how you doing? Cause I basically just want to do a run because why not? And I kind of want to see how much time it's gonna take. Just curious to see how it works out. It's gonna be kind of difficult to play without the optimal strats because I'm so used to those. Let's see how it goes. Alright, just moving some stuff here. Okay. So hopefully this will be a no reset. Yo, leg target, let's go. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Big No. I actually plan to do that eventually. Something like that. Like a little bit more seriously. Maybe after getting a new world record. I kind of want to do a glitchless run. I basically want to beat so I can run glitchless just to prove a point.
I could not see beyond.
And hopefully get like a sub 2 hours 10 glitchless. Stock sound effects still gets me every time. Yeah. Yeah, and you see there's no sound here on this version. There's like an extra sound on Japanese on this zombie, which is the same sound as that you hear on Elia on the first zombie, but it's not on this version. But yeah, the glitchless thing, I definitely want to do it after I get a PV. Because it's gonna fuck me a lot. Like, all my muscle memory. It's gonna fuck all my muscle memory. Because I'm probably won't even play punching doors. It's gonna be difficult to get a run without punching doors. Because it's so easy to just sleep one in the run. I'm still kind of thinking about it, whether I should allow that or not. But I think if I want to prove a point, I kind of need to don't use it. But there's still some like basic movement things that I'll be doing. Like, I'm definitely attacking cancel, cause like that's like basic and exploit, I guess. But I want animation cancel, for example. I also haven't run on emulator for a while.
Nor am I.
It's kind of interesting to see the different loading times for both US and emulator. It's like extra layers of loading times. Does the game have a default route if you were somehow to skip picking an artifact? Yeah, kinda. Okay, I'm actually gonna kill this just like this. Basically you start the game on a line. So there's some spots, for example, on the mansion, there's a spot where you need to put the enchanted gladius with a specific enchant, a specific alignment to progress. That thing is not chosen until you get an artifact. So if you go to that spot before Pious, which you can, by the way, you can do it casually, you will see the Mantrok rune on that spot instead of the other runes. Yo, thank you for the follow, Dance Spence. So that's kind of the unaligned thing. Now, to be fair, that thing still works. It works with Zelda, I think. Like, if you were to use a Zelda Gladius, for some reason that works, and the other ones doesn't. Not even Mantrok works. But that's probably just a glitch or a leftover. But the thing is, okay, so there's this kind of unaligned state, and if you try to skip something and get to somewhere you are not supposed to, the game's gonna crash. Because, like, for example, that same door, if you're able to clip into the door and get the max page, then the game will crash on the CG cutscene. Because it doesn't know what to do. Because that CG cutscene depends on the alignment. And there's no default or no alignment, so it just crashes. You can also change the alignment mid-run by playing Pious again. Although I don't remember if there is a way to skip a softlock in order to do it. I don't remember. I mean, I guess you can do it from individual levels. It doesn't have any use. I would have never known. Yeah. Yeah, that was actually kind of a problem. On the early days of the Discord channel. Like 2017 or 18. Toes did his first research on theoretical skips for the game. So he basically started hacking the game, just getting the position of the character, like the very first variables for hacking, and just trying to clip into stuff, trying to find anything interesting. And he tried to clip into the max thing, and that's how he got the crash. So he tried that before Pius.
Don't you have a life?
Yo, thank you, Leshnesh. How you doing? Thank you for the host. And so at that point, he posted that in the Discord channel, and everyone thought for a little bit that the game would crash if you just try to do something, you know? Thank you, Menta, for the follow. So it was a big chunk of time where people thought if you try to do like a big skip on the game, you will get a crash. And so for a while, a lot of people thought this game will never see skips. That was, by the way, before Edward skip, even like before everything, honestly. Hello there. Yo, Shireen, how you doing?
Fool.
But yeah, it was only, the crash was only because Toast tried that before getting an alignment. You like my alerts? Those are old sounds from video games. I shouldn't do scroll trick. I don't think it saves time on US. So scroll trick is when you grab an item.
From my research, it is apparent that the
checking the item. You normally what you have to do is you have to read the entire text and then press A. But if you scroll back and forth on the menu, you can just match A later. And the game will think that you already read the entire thing. It saves time in Japanese because the text of the items are very long.
This devil's work. We should get out of here.
But in US, the texts are fairly short.
feared the most.
So you will save time, like, if you are a TIS, you can save time a couple frames. And in Korean, I think most of them don't even save time, even if you are a TIS. But yeah, my sounds are from... I had sounds from StarCraft and some rare games like Perfect Dark and just for Gemini. When's casual percent? That's happening. That is glitchless. Glitchless is casual percent, also known as boring percent. I plan to do a glitchless run after I get a PvE on 80%. Again, just want to prove a point with that and get like a sub 2 hour 10. That's all I want for that thing. Feels pretty weird to do some of the English text. I've been playing Japanese for so much. Sucker! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This also means I need to go for the different bishop. Good thing I remember in time. But yeah, you can get like, let's see. Let me think a little bit. Hang on. Let me do this and then I'll talk about what I want to talk. Because I need to think. After on skip, I'm fine. Okay, so now I can say you can get 3rd place on the leaderboard with casual percent, by the way. That's what I wanted to say. Because you won't get sub 2 hours. Or maybe, I don't know if that's possible. Glitchless. It might be possible. I don't know. I just don't know. But you can beat so I can run. Okay, trapper on there. No. Okay, I'm gonna be doing save and load. Also, the text here is reversed. The yes and no are on different positions on Japanese and US. Because Japanese, they read backwards. And so they have no option on the other side. And that's muscle memory too, when you play the game. But yeah, there's like a lot of possibilities and things that I have undone on this game. Like I want to do glitchless percent, and then there's the possibility of doing cutscene storage, which is kind of painful. But the record is pretty outdated at this point. And there's 100% too.
Dreams.
The 8-hour category. Beating the game 3 times with everything in order to get the Mantorok ending. There's also a low spell that I never finish. I try to do a low spell run with 4 spells. That's the lowest amount right now possible. But I failed miserably after Lindsay. I don't think they actually read. Oh my god. Yeah, that's why I tried to say it. But yeah, that makes sense. It does sound a little bit weird when I say it like that, like they read backwards. Wait, seriously? Oh, I see. That must be so weird for them. Because yeah, I knew about the vertical thing, but I thought that would imply right to left on horizontal. You know, like some of the Middle Eastern cultures that write horizontally like that. I guess I was wrong. The more you know. But yeah, they do have the options reverse at least. Okay, stop. So I guess when there's like small text, it's almost like it's vertical. In the case of options. No idea. Okay, never mind. Never mind that. Yo, frame perfect, let's go. I was wanting a net cinematic skip right there.
This isn't really happening.
That would make for a perfect clip. Frame perfect trick, and then a trick that we don't know how it works. I can feel the slow loading times. It hurts. Please tell me that fucker is dead. I mean, you never see text advance from right to left in a game, do you? Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I don't know. I haven't played that many games on Japanese, to be honest. And this one, oh my god, that zombie's gonna suck. And I don't know with this one because all the text is shown at once, so actually I don't know. Not gonna lie. One, two. Yeah, I guess if I see the punctuation, then I'll notice. But yeah, like here for example, everything's shown at once, and then at the end you see yes and no from left to right. On Japanese you'd see it reverse. You'll see yes on the right side instead of the left. So that probably got me confused too, like a lot. I need to put toll wire. Forgot about that. Good old strats. No lag. No bullshit during the fight. No need for backups. Always good magic. For recoveries. Just one rat. Maybe because the B button is left to the A button. Jar cancel or confirm? I don't know. Actually don't want that. Okay, there you go. But wouldn't it be the same? Like, GameCube controllers are the same everywhere, right? Probably just a Japanese thing. Yeah. Yeah, it must be just some kind of Japanese standard to maybe list options horizontally that way for some reason. No idea. That's like asking why pious is it's spelled without the O on PAL. You know, when you see the pious statue, it says like Pius. I don't know how to pronounce it. But in Spanish, you'll be going from like Pios to Pius. Probably doesn't make sense to a lot of viewers, but my god. Okay. So that CG cutscene will crash the game. If you don't have alignment.
That I was shocked by the sudden mention.
Now that you told me that, it's going to trigger me. What thing? The Spanish pronunciation? Vowels on Spanish are amazing because they have one sound and it's consistent always. Not like English vowels that have like many sounds and they sound different on different words. Yo, sir. It's actually just a soft look. Oh, it's not a crash. You can avoid it with a frame buffer. Nice. Good to know. On the 9%. You'll probably crash on buys though, I'm assuming. So hang on, that means you can read, like, unaligned chapters? What do you get on those? I guess probably just Chaturga stuff, right? Oops. Why do you like to do that? Always just bullying Max. Some chapters don't begin without alignment. If I recall correctly, you could skip some chapters if you were unaligned. I see. Alright, so I have half an hour here. I don't really know how good is that. I definitely don't remember my splits. I don't get it. Max is supposed to have gotten Celta ruin during a dream or an hallucination, but still gets to keep it. I mean, remember, Alex gets everything just by reading the book. So I guess you can make up whatever you want. Nice teleport you got right there. I love it. I mean, to be fair, Shadow, you kinda do. Maybe not everything, but I think a lot of the stuff you do on Dreams, you can kinda keep it. You know, I've written about 2 songs. I composed at least 2 songs that I got from Dreams. Like, I dreamed with a song, and then I woke up, and as soon as I woke up, I recorded, and then I transcribe it, and it ends up being a song. And there's this whole theory too that on Dreams we practice stuff. Like, for example, all the things that are, like, let's say traumatic for you, you get a lot of those things on Dreams. And there's kind of an hypothesis that says that humans get to leave those things on Dreams in order to prepare yourself for that same situation on real life. So let's say, I don't know, you're gonna have the defense of your thesis in a couple days. So you're very anxious, very desperate, thinking about it a lot. So your dreams it comes up in your dreams as a defense mechanism. So it prepares you because it's gonna put you in a situation that is very likely, almost real, about that situation. And so it prepares you for that. And it's kind of a practice, like an unconscious practice. So in the moment it kind of sucks because it's kind of like a nightmare. It doesn't feel great. But it's getting you prepared for the real thing later. But that's just theory. A dream theory. Lovecraftian mythos. Dreams are basically real locations. Yeah, that makes sense. Get out of my way! What the fuck? You. Sounds plausible. Well, my dreams are about failing a class in college. Even though I graduated. I see. Yeah, kind of the same for me. Used to dream about this game. Yeah, I think me too. I definitely had a lot of dreams about this game. Basically every horror game I played, I had dreams about it. Can't believe I remember this thread. Fuck. Here's about spiders. I've found 1 out of 3 people. How do you saw me? How do you saw me? What the f— so unfair. You get locked up like Max? Like locked up with spiders? It sounds awful. That's a little bit too... Okay, there you go. I'm now used to that cancel. I guess the camera change is probably a good visual cue. Not that one. Just get locked up, I see. I think I never had dreams like that. Where I get trapped somewhere. I have the school one. Like, that's such a common dream for me. That I have to go back to school. Because I haven't finished one of my classes or something. Which doesn't make sense because that is not even a thing on school. At least not in Chile. Because they think you're insane. Oh, I see. With a sanity mechanic more today? Yeah, of course. You mean for video games? That is used all the time on all sorts of games. It's just that today is more subtle. It's not like on this game is very explicit. What school did you go to? I went to 3 schools.
Remember me,
I
Alex.
think we had classes. Like separated classes? Really?
Can't be happening.
Which school did you go? That sounds like really alternative education on Chile. No, but I was thinking like subjects, like different subjects, like on university. You know, like I failed math, for example, but I passed everything else, and then I had to repeat only math. That is not really a thing on the Chilean system on school. It is on the university. But that's my dream about. Like I failed history, and I gotta go, and I'm like currently at university, but I have to go back to school to complete history. And I'm like older than everyone else. And I kind of don't want anyone to discover that I failed history, so I try to pass as a normal student. But it doesn't quite work. That's my dream. And I have that like every couple months or so. In American high school, if you fail one class, you have to repeat the whole grade. Yeah. Exactly. This is the same here. And then in college, you only have to repeat the course. Yeah, it's the same here. That's why the dream is so weird. Because I'm on a school, but it works like university or college, if you like. The closest, we don't have college here in Chile. The closest thing we have is called bachillerato, which is basically college. Although to be fair, there's one university that has college, but it's like pretty weird. Not a lot of people understand how it works. I really think it's just a bachillerato, but a little bit different. Chilean history is so boring. Yeah, it kinda is. Like, more than boring, it's kind of ridiculous. I hate that most of Chilean history is just dictatorships and people like treating other people really, really bad. It kind of makes me angry. It didn't work like that in my high school. People who failed just have to take online courses over the summer. That sounds really cool. Instead of doing the entire year just for one thing or for a couple things. Which I think it really sucks. College is required to live here? Interesting. Yeah, here on Chile, bachillerato is completely optional. Not just optional. Most of the time, most of the people don't do it. Like, some people joke about bachillerato and call it quinto medio. I'm gonna explain that joke. So basically, the last class, the last grade of the school is cuarto medio, which means like 4th advanced class, something like that, if you want. Where do I put this? Here? Yeah. So that's the last class, the last grade
During the time of the Inquisition.
that you get in school. So some people joke about it and call bachillerato quinto medio, which would be 5th advanced. or medium grade if you want. And that's just to mock people that take bachillerato because they don't know what they want to do, which, to be honest, it's kind of a good option because literally nobody knows what they want when they leave school. And because it kind of feels like school, because you gotta do all subjects, even the ones that you hate. But you do that on university too, but at least it's a little bit more related to what you supposed to like. The online courses were a shit show. You did like 4 entire credits in a week. I see. The only reason it's needed here is because every employer asks for it. Oh, I see. Even if a job would never need it, yeah. Now here in Chile, they only ask for, like, almost every job asks for complete school. And that's about it. Actually, a lot of people, this is just, you know, like, I don't know if I would call it discrimination, but a lot of people think that bachillerato is useless. I think it's fine. Like, if it helps you finding what you like, then it's great. But there's a lot of old people that think it's a waste of time. There are some parts ultra ridiculous in Chile history. Yeah, la Batalla del Pacífico, yeah. That thing is so stupid. A la carga, muchachos. No, how was it? Al abordaje? My god. It's like just shame. Shame of my stupid country. Yeah, and he didn't even got to name the Americas. Because another guy, Americo Vespucio, decided to make the map and claim it. What a poor guy. War was created by Hatsune Miku. Exactly. I think that was probably kind of the right side people argument, I think. Oh, I actually don't need the crossbow. I just remind that. You know, I feel like a lot of people could have said something like the old constitution was written by Hatsune Miku. But the new one, we're gonna make it together. Please don't grab me. Fuck you. Out of here. Okay, I'm gonna get some extra damage. Oh, but there's an extra pool on this route. True Pratt is related to your grandpa. Oh yeah, because of your last name. Interesting. But it's like actually related? Because you know, I could be related to Pablo Escobar, but I don't think I am. Okay, this. He's such a bad Anthony. They are? I see. Oh yeah, my school. So I went to 3 schools. My first school was... Hang on. Do I need to put anything here? I guess we'll see it later. Okay, give me a second, because I need to see assignments. I'm never gonna be able to talk about my schools. I need a loading zone. Okay, let's do it on the cask. Family tree in the museum, nice. Picking up 5 circle, okay, never mind. Just not now. So my first school was Colegio Hispanoamericano. I was there from like up to 3rd grade, basic. Then from 4th to 2nd medium, I was on Claretiano, which is one of the worst schools ever. And then 3rd and 4th medium, I was on Corazón de María, which is pretty close to my house. Yeah, all of them Catholic schools. That's why I don't believe. That's how you do it. You get into a Catholic school, so you see why God doesn't exist. That's how it works. I actually did the Primera Comunión. I don't know how to say that in English. If it exists on English, I don't know. I did that on 7th grade, basic. And then I stopped believing. Like, right after doing it. Oh, that zombie was just chilling. Kind of makes me feel bad. Wasn't damaging anyone. Oh, no. What are you doing? You gotta go this way. You did Primera Comunión because you never say no to free food. I wish I had free food. Or you mean the hostia? On the church. I've eaten the hostia just once for the Primera Comunión, and they gave me the bullshit with wine, and I hate it because the wine that they gave you is so bad. Oh gosh, I almost throw up in front of the priest. Gato wine.
Suspected Augustine all along.
Yeah, I guess. Cartonné, they call it. Gatorade. I remember calling that thing... Oh my god. I'm supposed to do this a little bit earlier. But I guess... Yeah, let's just do it. It's fine. I was calling that thing Gatorade for a while. And I guess a lot of people still do it. I don't know. Until I saw a commercial of it. And people were saying like, Gatorade. We're Chileans. My god, I'm forgetting everything. I need to get this thing. Don't get tired just yet, Paul. You can do it. You can do it. Let's go. That is a wonderful sound effect. This. No. This spell. Okay. I think it's just this spell. Because then I have attack. Okay, so I have attack. I have this spell. Yeah, shield. Shield, it's gonna be later. For Roberto. Alright. El larvo campeón. You have reached the end of the trial, yeah. You know, the other day I learned that chuncho, you know, when people say chuncho de la U and stuff like that, it's actually a bird. Like, I thought it was just kind of a made-up word, but it's actually the bird of the symbol. It's some kind of búho, some kind of owl. Like some specific Chilean owl.
You are a clever man.
Yep. There's many animals in Chile that I only knew they existed after knowing the name from somewhere else, like Huachimingo, for instance. I thought Huachimingo was just a funny name for a 31 Minutos character. I knew it was like some kind of animal. Oh my god, that would be pretty cool, actually. Like, the closest thing we have to that is the effect of the Celta horse attack. That reverse your controllers. Wait, really? Huachipato is also a kind of duck? I guess? Maybe? I wouldn't be surprised, actually. these days I've been having an afta in my mouth. God, those things suck. I hate them so much. They hurt so much. I've been trying to hide the fact that it hurts a little bit to talk. But the thing is, I want to stream anyways. Chipatu is a Mapuche word. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, many of the words we use normally are from Mapuche. Like from Mapudungun. Aftas are the worst. It's like punishment. Like that's a good reason to don't believe in God. The fact that aftas exist. That's just enough. Okay, hang on. I'm actually gonna save. What? Oh, of course. Okay, good thing I saved. I forgot. Trappers. What's an afta? It's a thing. It's an abbreviation of a city. It's actually a word. Like, I'm almost sure you say it on English. You just spell it with, instead of F, with the PH. Like search PH after with PH on Google and you're gonna find it. It's a thing that happens in your mouth. I don't know how to describe it. It sucks. Everyone has had one of those at some point, probably. It's something that really hurts. And you usually get those either when you beat yourself, or when you bite yourself, or when you have too many like sweet things, like if you eat too many chocolates or things like that, you're probably gonna get one. Yeah, it's kind of a wound inside your mouth. I actually don't know if it's feminine or masculine, because the Spanish, that is something that kind of sucks about the Spanish. Like, I was talking about the good things about Spanish before, now we can talk about the bad things. You know, like agua, water, it's feminine because it ends with A, but you spell el agua because Spanish is stupid. And then all your fucking adjectives are gendered. So gender dysphoria is like twice as powerful. Like a burn. Yeah, they are called fire too on Spanish. People call them fuego too. should cast that after the lever. Yeah, Fuego. There's like, you know, that's like two kinds of people: the people that call it Fuego and the people that call it after. It's one of those things. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird. Most of the time it makes sense. Like, you can deduce most of the words gender. Because most of the time is whether it finishes with A or O. So those are the easy vowels. And there's some exception like agua. But which is water. And then the other vowels are more difficult. The E is usually, yeah, agua de ubu, exactly. The E is usually masculine most of the time. The I is feminine most of the time. And the U is masculine most of the time. But there's some, yeah, that's another exception. Because you say la mano. There's many exceptions. It's pretty crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure that definitely does something in your unconsciousness, that you kind of associate some objects with gender too, maybe. Yeah, I know it's because the A, it's at the end of la and at the beginning of A, of agua. But actually, there's many words where that exception doesn't matter. Like el lápiz, for instance. You know, both one finishes with L and the other one starts with L, and it doesn't matter. So it's really like, those are things that don't make sense in Spanish. This is one of those things that barely has any rules. There's way too many exceptions. Yeah, the sun and the moon. Oh, it's the other way on German. Interesting. I didn't know that. Oh my god. Twitch sanity effect, exactly. This thing studied what characteristics were associated to those nouns on each language. I see. Yeah, it sounds very interesting. Get in the door. Oh god. I think that's it. What's even the point of gender nouns? The point is... There's no point. I think it's kind of just an accident of not having a neutral thing. This could be bad. I'm actually gonna wait for this. Because I fear that that might do something on this thing. Yeah, like, Spanish kinda has it. You know, there is actually a neutral pronoun, which is lo. But it has a lot of trouble because of the letter O. So it can get associated with masculine stuff. At least on the modern era. And actually it's not actually neutral. Like it's kind of it actually. Yeah, that's why, for example, people don't use it, because it's for things or places. I think it's close to it at least, but it's definitely not like they. Like you don't say law to a non-binary person. Unless they like that pronoun, but in general, I mean... Like, if someone actually wants that pronoun, that's totally fine. And there's some people, like, trying to get to make a new pronoun. It's not official, but it kind of helps, which is le. It has a similar problem because the E is masculine most of the time, but there's people using it, so if they're fine with that, it's fine. And using E as neutral, it's kind of handy. Alright, let's see. What do you think about that? I'm fine with it. Like, it was more like, yeah, like the, and then they would be like ella instead of él or ella. I remember having trouble about it back in the day, like a couple years from now. I was conflicted because the E, it's a kind of masculine vowel on Spanish, you know, there's a reason why the masculine pronoun is L, you know, without E. So that kind of conflicted me a little bit. Nice. Because like something I kind of see on, if you kind of make a statistic of many words and gendered nouns, you'll see that, so O, most of the time, again, not always, but most of the time, is like full masculine, then A is full feminine, then E is like non-binary towards masculine, I is non-binary towards feminine, and U, it's kind of the most neutral, but still masculine sometimes, more than feminine. Because the word is unfair, I guess. So I remember at that time thinking, okay, the most neutral vowel is the U, but then I actually found out like a bunch of words that are masculine with U, so, and it was just like a very technical discussion, you know, not from the experience of the people, but just from, you know, what I think sounds more consistent. And I think it's social process don't care about that. Social process don't care about what sounds more consistent. They just care about what works better. And the fact that there is like a lot of people, you know, non-binary people here in Chile that are comfortable using the E and using like neutral language with E, which you can actually pronounce it, not like the ones with X, for example, where you put an X where the A or O will be, because you can't pronounce that. Then I was thinking, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I don't care. I'm just gonna start using the E. Because that's how the social process is going, so I'm alright with that. And just go to hell with my, like, elitist technicalities. Being bilingual is favorable skill here, especially Spanish, I guess. Yeah, actually. Like, I bet there's a lot of people getting confused of what I'm talking. But yeah, now I'm totally fine with the neutral E pronouns on Spanish. Where's the other trapper? Oh, okay. Okay, my thumb was on X. And that was a mistake. It shouldn't even went to X. It should always be on R. Well, not the thumb, but, you know, like a target running. But what do you mean by work? And yeah, at least you have the day. My god. Just burn thing. Please. Yo, Evelyn, how you doing? I just noticed it was you. Like Zer. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, it's kind of a similar problem on Spanish. Because yeah, like you said, they, like the use of they, I guess is kind of new, but the word already existed. Not like the other pronouns. On Spanish it's similar because, you know, there's no... Le is not actually a word on like the dictionary. But I mean, we can invent words. Now, I gotta say, like, maybe I'm not very familiar, so you gotta correct me if I'm wrong. But I've seen many non-binary people on, let's say, Twitter, which that's my universe because I don't live there, you know, using they, them pronouns. But I haven't seen that many using the other pronouns. So I wonder if that is just because of society or because people see that as a more handy, like, tool. Just like I was talking about le on Spanish, it's handy, that's the thing. And that's why I don't have any trouble with it, you know? Yeah, it's all about the use. Like, for example, le, I believe, like, the more we use it, the more common it gets. And yeah, like today there's people bullying you because you try to talk on like genderless language. But after a couple years, you get used to it. And people start to get used to it. And like hell, like words were invented by God. So every word started existing at some point. That's kind of the point, but of course, a bunch of people have to use them. That's why I'm talking from the ignorance, because I actually don't know. I don't live there, so I don't know. I only know my Spanish reality. And like what I can see on Twitter, I guess, which is not a lot, like nothing. Okay. Destroy these. The use of new pronouns died out years ago, for the most part. Okay, I see. Yeah, that happened to me, sir, for a while too. I got pretty confused, but I think that stopped happening to me when I started using it. So now I kind of refer they. I use they to everyone that I don't know, pretty much. I try to do that at least. And just by using it, now it's just not weird anymore. And I think that's kind of a common thing on words. They are weird until you use them. For the different function or whatever. Yeah, and it's actually not a new thing, it's true. But like it's not a new thing on, you know, the rules, but it's definitely a new thing on the usage, like the common usage. And I guess new, you know, like couple years or decade, I don't know. It was weird to me at the beginning because on the school they don't, for example, here in Chile, well, first of all, most of the people don't get English education. I got it. I was lucky. And they don't teach you they, them as singular. Never. So for me, it was a thing that it started happening with like with the whole gender movement, like on 2010 or so, 2012 even. That was like the first time I was aware of that thing. of singular day. And so it was just weird for me for a couple years. And then when I started using it, it stopped being weird. And because I also got into like more gender stuff myself. Interesting. It's StarCraft 2? Oh, because of... No, I don't know. Interesting. Yo, Ellie! Intruder alert, how you doing? Thank you for the raid. How's it going, everyone? I see you know the memes. How's it going, Ellie? Or should I say Elia? Well, I mean, use of non-binary, so like recent, this thing, yeah. Yeah, I feel like that happens to a lot of things. Some uses just get lost somewhere. Happens all the time. I remember school harping on grading. What is harping, by the way? Writing here she instead of they. Yeah, the exact same thing happened here in Chile when all the gender discussion was. Like you would say, for example, when you say, okay, something like, for all the workers, blah blah blah, you would say, in Spanish you would say, para todos los trabajadores, right? Because in Spanish, masculine is the neutral, quote unquote, which sucks. But you know, I don't know, whatever. But now there's a lot of people, or for a while at least, a lot of people saying para los y las trabajadoras, you know? Which is like to say for men workers and like male workers and female workers. I guess it's very long. And you see, that's one of the examples where the E is masculine, because you would say trabajadores, that finishes with E. You don't say trabajadoros, right? But so it's kind of weird, because there's a lot of words that ends with E but are masculine actually. So it gets me confused, but I'm alright, I guess. How's the run going? It's going, I guess it's fine. Actually, I don't know. I mean, I haven't got any big mistakes. This is just a test run for a beginner's route. So as far as I get like a sub 140, I'm alright. That's all I care, really. So, for example, this cannot PvE. It's impossible to PvE with this. Like, beat my personal record. Because this uses a lot of more easy stuff that spends more time. Speaking my language, I see. I'm female separated. Male things almost always come listed first. Yeah, that's another thing. Today I feel like there's a lot of people starting with the female first. Like a lot of people are saying las trabajadoras y trabajadores, for example. On social movements at least. The next one should be number 5. I need to look on top of my TV where I have my post-it with the root. Never be afraid to use notes. And yeah, all of these things look the same, so I need those notes. Like, I could definitely memorize them, but I've seen way too many iterations of Enga roots, so that's why I just have those notes. There's too many roots I've been through on different categories and different iterations. There's no way I can remember all of them. Yeah, and there's even, in the past, we used to play Edward instead of skipping it. And so there was a different route for Edward too. So actually in the past, I had 2 post-its on top of my TV instead of just one. Now it's just one, so it's not that terrible. Okay, we're gonna assign here. This is the last one, hopefully. Just for you people. Okay, so that I guess dear. There. Okay. Kinda slow assignments. I'm not used to those assignments. CRT? Yeah, it's a CRT. I play in our CRT, so I can get the original sanity effects. So they make sense on my TV. Yeah. No, I just like CRTs. And like, GameCube games look sick on CRTs. They look, for me, they look as good as emulator. Bam! There you go. That was a good teleport. Was pretty short. And that was because I was slow. So I had to wait less time. If you're too slow, the teleport is gonna happen before and you are in trouble. Because then you gotta do the bind. Gotta play casually if you failed it. 2. Forgetting. It's harder to see my TV because right now I'm playing on an emulator. I'm not playing on my CRT right now because it's a test run. So I have to look to the side instead of just very close like I usually do. Okay, I'm actually gonna do the reveal in the next room. Just because. Did you ever replace your SNES AC adapter? Yes, I did. I did. I got rid of those annoying green bars. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I believe the last record I got for Lost Vikings 2 has the proper adapter, so it doesn't have the lines. You've never seen that issue before? Yeah, I was unaware of it. Please don't explode. Okay. But like looking at it online, it seemed to be like a common problem. Or maybe not common, but at least there was people that had the same problem. Which monitor manufacturers will start using quality? What does that mean? The OLED. No, I got tired. Can do it, Alex. Use a monitor type. I see. The colors are better like a CRT. Oh, nice. Yeah, I just want a TV without input delay. Although, to be fair, it's really not that much. I guess that's something I kind of got from when I was a TO on Smash. I organized melee tournaments most of the time. And yeah, people were just so picky about playing on CRTs. Organic light meeting diet. What makes organic? It's made out of carbon. Maybe it's alive, I don't know. Or cancel, no. The response times are almost as good as CRTs, nice. And ghosting, okay. There is a better strat on this room, using no magic message to move, but the camera sucks, so I don't really care. The burning in the cost. Okay, I guess we're gonna see another one. Thank you for the follow, Heavy. So you can use these to avoid trapper attacks. As a backup. It's like 8 seconds watching a cutscene instead of the 20 to 30 seconds of the trapper dimension. It's just an emergency strat, because why not? Just wanted to hear the rats, yeah, actually. Carbon hydrogen bonds, yeah. Like organic chemistry. I don't know anything about that, but I think I know that. I used to hate chemistry. Like, I like chemistry as a science, but I don't like to learn chemistry, you know? It's not like physics, which I like as a science, and I like to learn it too. But chemistry, I have a hard time. I just don't like how chemistry is taught. At least in the school. And like on my 1 year of university where I got chemistry, which was basic chemistry. It wasn't like university level, so it was boring. Don't harass me. Okay. Stay there. We made polymers on our chemistry class. They decompose a few thousand years. Oh my gosh. That was so sick. What the fuck? What the fuck? Up to max. What? Up to pole. What the fuck? That is so good. This might be a gold. I might need to retime this. Is this here? What? Why is this here? Why do I got a fast artifact when he was on the other side? That's so weird. Whatever. I tried. Roberto, you can do it. Let's go. Okay, that could have been like... I don't know if it's a gold. If I didn't fuck up the ball one, it probably was a gold. But with this, I don't know. Okay, no sub 40, but close. Now, to be fair, this was an emulator. Emulator lose a lot of time to loading times. Like, it should be like a second per minute, more or less. So this, I think this same run on console, it's absolutely at 1 hour 39. Like, absolutely. So I would say you can get sub 1 hour 40 with beginner route.
Plans are finished. For now, at least. You
Definitely.
to be an incredibly courageous young woman. Your mother and father.
Does your character speed change during that? During what?
I'm sorry.
The ghost?
It's not quite the inheritance I had in mind for you.
Yeah, it does change. Like, Roberto and Max are slower. And it sucks.
Goodbye, Alex.
That's why I always try to go very safe on Max and Roberto. And Paul, it's a little bit faster than Alex. And maybe even Elia, but I'm not sure. Who is the fastest?
My mistake was made clear.
I know, I feel like Sir might know.
Could lay the world to ruin just as easily as Pius's would have.
I feel like Lindsay and Paul are very fast.
As it began,
And Kareem maybe too.
it ended. To think that once
I'm almost sure Paul is a tiny bit faster than Alex.
to see those who dwell behind.
Which is pretty fast, by the way. Alex is pretty fast. Okay, good. So that's beginner's route. So that's gonna be on the workshop next week. With a different pace, because I'm gonna be reviewing all the strats and talking about them. So it won't be like this one. It's actually gonna be like 4 hours, I think. Probably. I don't know. We'll see. Kinda depends on how much time I take on the thing. And yeah, it was cool. You know, it's kind of crazy because there's no crashes. There's no possible crashes. The only thing that can really go wrong is Peter, because you can fucked up the insta kill for the G's, and even with that, you know, if you do the extra fight, it's like 3 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, 1 minute. It's not that much. But the thing is, I was so fucking relaxed doing this thing because I didn't have to care about the crashes or the big time losses that you get when you try to go for the hard stuff. Because a lot of the hard stuff saved like a couple seconds, but if you failed it, you lose like dozens of seconds. I didn't have to care about that because it's the beginner tutorial, so that's why I was able to talk so much and don't look at the game for so much time. Pretty cool. Alright. I almost want to play some Spelunky, maybe. Although I haven't set it up on the stream. Maybe I can play a little bit. I need to put it on windowed mode though. I don't really have two screens, so it doesn't work like that. Are there gonna be more runs right now? No. My hands are tired. Like the only thing I can think I can do with the rest of the time is play a little bit of Spelunky. Maybe. But another run will be too hard for my hands. I'm too old. Sadly. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna try to set it up with a BRB. So I'm gonna do a BRB with some music. And don't spec anything, because it might not work. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna end the stream after the BRB, okay? And you're gonna just go with a cool song, so don't worry about it. Otherwise, I'll keep playing, just casual. I finished the first 4 Silent Hills. Nice. Wait, you played like all of those in a week? That's kind of crazy. That's like Halloween marathon. Crazy. I only played Silent Hill 1 by myself, and I watched a stream of Silent Hill 2, and I want to play it, but I think it'll be like next year or so, because I kind of want to forget it a little bit, so, to experience it by myself. And I want to play 3 too. But yeah, the Silent Hill 1 I played last year for the first time. Or I finished it, I guess. I played when I was young, but I was so scared by the game that I never finished it. I played like, I don't know, like half an hour, and I couldn't continue. Alright, let's see. What do I have? A kind of a not that long song. Like, I have a song, but it's pretty long. Oh, maybe this one. Okay, this one's good. Alright. Alright then. So, like I said, BRB. Maybe I'll come back, maybe not. Stick around if you want some music, and maybe another game. We'll see. Be right back.